and welcome to the Crafty Diamond. I am Debbie. If you are new, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. Today I have my weekly WiP Chat, and I am going to be working on this diamond painting, and this is by Simona Condini from Diamond Art Club, and it is Alice in the White Rabbit House. And I'm finally almost finished with the first row. I haven't been working on this as much as I would have liked to. I've been spending more time on my diamond painting Deutschland with the 250 colors, and so I wanted to also work on this some as well. So I thought this would be a perfect time to do it, would be today. And I am in my dining room today instead of in my craft room, because I do have my diamond painting out in my craft room. I have my craft table that has spread out with all the different colors on it and really didn't want to move it. So I thought I'd go ahead and just record here and see how that works. I am using my cat-proof trays here. I've already put some drills in. I'm using my favorite pen. It's one of my favorites. It's always my go-to. And this one is from Mad Wood Turning. And then also using Randa's Crafty Corner Harvest Spice scented putty. And to me, this smells like pumpkin spice coffee, and it smells really good. So I even have it out, even though of course it's not fall for me, it is winter. It is still nice to have that smell close by, and I'm just really enjoying it. So first of all, before we get started, how is everybody doing today? Let me know in the comments. Did you have a really nice weekend? Were you able to get any diamond painting in? I have just put new putty in here, so this may give me a couple of fits. Make sure I've got it in here really good. I probably should have not put new putty in, but it really needed it. Probably should have done that before and used it a little bit to get it a little dirty, so it would be easier to pick up my drills and not want to hang on to them. Also, my putty is coming out of my pen, and that wasn't my fault. So definitely let me know how everybody's doing. What are you guys working on? Are you working on anything for events, or are you just working on a canvas that you wanted to work on? This one, I started it in January. Really didn't get very much done. Started towards the end of January. And this was going to be for Alice in a Winter Wonderland. And I'm still, whenever I post this on Instagram, I still use the hashtag for that event. The event runs until February the 14th. So I still have some time. I will not get this finished by the 14th because that's next week, and I just bumped the camera big time. Let's make sure everything is good. Okay, sorry about that. My cat actually hit the filming arm. Okay, let's get back to this. I'm not sure how I'm going to do in here. We shall see. But I know I won't get this finished by Tuesday. I have too much on it still left. I am really spending as much time as possible on my Diamond Painting Deutschland, because I really want to get it finished, hopefully by the end of February, if not the middle of March. And so I do work on that one more than this one. And if I don't finish this one, it's okay. I will just keep working on it. Hopefully I will get it done by the end of the month. I would at least like to get it done by the end of February, since it's been kind of hanging on since the end of January. So that would definitely be nice if I could get this finished. For some reason, I just could not get into this painting. It's a nice painting. I've had it for a couple of years. It is, of course, the older drills, and they're really good though. They're square. There's not a problem with the drills. there's not a problem with the canvas. There are a couple of symbols that I've had to really look at and determine what they were. But once I realized what they were, then going forward, it's not going to be that bad. I haven't had, any popping really or anything with this. It just was not holding my interest for some reason, and I don't know why. I think just looking at it that it had so much green and it has been so confetti heavy, and I don't mind the confetti, but it was just mostly green and it was for grass. So there wasn't anything else that was really forming on the canvas, and I think I was just getting just a little bored with the green background. So last night when I was working on this a little bit, I was able to do the tail part of the rabbit's jacket. And once I did that, then I started enjoying it more. And also the rabbit, this part up here. So I finally was starting to enjoy it more, got quite a bit done last night. So hopefully by the end of today, which shouldn't be a problem, I don't have much left in this section, I should at least get the first row done, and I can post my picture, my photo of this to Instagram. And I like to do it when I finish a row on all of my canvases. I did not do that on Diana because I really didn't have rows the way that I did it, but I have on all my others lately, and so that's what I want to do with this one. So if you're not following me on Instagram, head over there, and it's also the Crafty Diamond, so you shouldn't have a problem finding me. And you can see updates more than you see updates on my channel. And I think a lot of you follow me anyway, and if you follow me, I follow you back. If I can see that you're following me, if you don't have a private account, then I will follow you back. And if you do have a private account, I will just ask, if I can join. So, and that's totally up to you if you want me to join on your Instagram as well. I don't have to. I just always do. I think it's a courtesy when someone wants to join my Instagram. It's like, to me, it's a courtesy to, join that, because I want to see what everybody's doing also. And these fit in very nicely. I'm not having to force them in. There was a point that I had a couple that was really tight, so that was kind of a struggle, but most of these have been really nice. It's just, I just couldn't get into this for some reason. I don't know. But anyway, let's see, what have we been doing this week? We finally found my daughter a dress for a night to shine for her prom. And at first she thought she wanted a long dress. She's never worn a long dress. She just has not felt comfortable. And then this year she said she thinks she might be ready for one. And so I did go and we tried some on, and then we ordered, because they didn't have it in the store. So we went ahead and ordered a couple, and one came in, it was really large. So I sent it back, and we ordered another one, the same dress, but different size. And she just really wasn't feeling the long dresses. She was starting to get concerned and nervous, because she says that she's afraid. She has this fear of falling, and she is a little clumsy. When she gets excited, she doesn't think about things. And so she decided that she wanted to go with a shorter dress. And so we found her a really pretty dress that it isn't I guess it could be considered a prom dress, but it was actually for a bridal dress. But it's a really pretty pink, and it was for like a bridesmaid. But she really liked it. We got it in. It was the perfect fit. Didn't have to do anything to it. And so that was the dress. So now we have the dress, we have her shoes, and normally we get her hair and makeup done at the event. they'll do it, you know, before then we have to come home, and then you have to go back. You can't just stay there after you get your hair and your makeup done. But this year she said that she would prefer just to do her hair and makeup at home. And she said she thinks that I do a better job than they did. They were short-handed the last time that she was able to go inside. And that was in 2020, in February. No, it was actually 2019, because in 2020, she had gotten sick and she couldn't go. And 2020 was the last time that they have had the prom inside. So she has been going, they've been doing this outside drive-through prom kind of thing, which she didn't really like it. But luckily this year they're going back inside, and she didn't want to get her hair and nails and her makeup done there because they were short-handed in 2019. And she had an appointment, but they were very short-handed on their volunteers that were supposed to come and do the hair and makeup for the girls. And we had to wait quite a while after our appointment. It's only like a 15-minute appointment for your hair and 15 minutes for makeup. And then they got to her, they just kind of rushed, and they just didn't do a very good job. And then we came home, and my oldest daughter, her sister, was here, and she came over and she redid the makeup and the hair. We were running late because of it. I mean, it's not, there's not a certain time you have to be there really. It starts at a certain time, but it's not required that you're there then. And so she decided that we'll just do her hair and makeup at home because she didn't want to go through that again. So, that's fine. We'll do that. And then my husband and I will go because it's for parents in another building. And so we will go and have a nice dinner, and we'll get to have some entertainment while she is having fun with a buddy. Each of the special needs that go, they receive a buddy. And so a buddy is either an older adult or an older teenager that will be their buddy for the night. They will watch them and play with them, interact with them and things. And so that makes it even more fun. So we don't know who her buddy is yet. Usually the church will tell me because the event is actually being sponsored by our church as well as the Tim Tebow Foundation. And I haven't heard anything. So it's going to be interesting when we get there to see who her buddy is, if it's the same person we've had before or if she has somebody else. But she's really excited about it. So I'm looking forward to her being able to get out and do something. And it's really nice because she is doing things with, her peers. She may not know everybody, and they're all different ages. They have to at least be 14, but they're all different ages, but they have all the same likes. They have all the same little, I don't want to say quirks, but she even calls them her little quirks, but they're just things that they do that some people may seem to be a little bit, that they may think it's different, but it's really not. It's, it's them. So we're doing that on Friday. So it's going to be a busy day because she doesn't get out of school till later, and then we have to come home and get ready and all that good stuff. But the foundation will have the crowning of the king and the queen, and all of the participants there. They're not really kids, some are adults, but all of the participants there, they receive a crown whenever they register, and they also will receive either a boutonniere or a wrist corsage. And so that's really nice. But then they're all crowned at the same time as king and queen of the prom. And so that's really cool. And then they have a DJ, and he's been there, the same one, for several years. and he is really good. The kids love him, parents love him, and so it's going to be a really nice time for her. So that's all she's been talking about all week. So I just really hope that she doesn't get sick and that she's able to go on Friday night. It's supposed to be nasty weather, it's supposed to be cold and rainy, but we can drop her off right at the front door, and I'll go with her, and then my husband will find us and after he parks the car and meet us, so that way she won't get wet. And walking the red carpet, it is under a tent, so that way at least she's not getting drenched if it does rain. So that's what we're looking forward to. That's one thing. And then she has also been volunteering. Her program that she's in does a lot of volunteering in the community. And this semester, she was chosen to volunteer in one of the elementary schools, and they were just going to volunteer to help clean up the room and to put supplies and things away while the preschoolers were eating their snacks or outside or whatever, and they're only there for a couple hours. Well, one day they were kind of shorthanded, and they just asked them if the kids in her class, if they could help the preschoolers choose a snack from the cafeteria and to help them carry their trays. So they did, and Paige was really good. She's so good with kids. Kids absolutely love her. And they wanted her to stay and eat a snack with them. And so she's not really supposed to, but the teacher gave permission. So she sat there and she ate with the kids. And then she was telling them, they could only have one snack and they couldn't have more than one piece of cake because that was too much sugar. And it was just so funny how she was just taking over in the classroom. And the preschool teacher really said she really appreciated it. And then they go once a week, and the next time that they went, the kids immediately asked for Paige. And so she read to them, and they all cuddled up around her, and she talked about that for days. So she was so excited, couldn't wait to go back and to help them out. So I'm hoping that maybe something will come out with this and she can do something a couple of days a week once she gets out of this program, just to give her something to do, give her something to look forward to, even if it's just volunteer work. So we'll see. But it just amazes me how young children, especially 3, 4, even 5-year-olds, how they are just crazy about her. It's like she has a knack with them. So that's kind of an update with her. And my oldest has been doing fairly well. She is getting used to South Dakota. She really does like her job. She says she wouldn't want to do that forever. She's going to be going back to school to do her clinicals there. And so I'm hoping that that will start in probably by the fall. So she will get closer to completing her degree, hopefully. But she said that the weather, it's been cold, but it hasn't really snowed that much. And the wind has been bad, but she said it's not as bad as it was. And they're getting used to their apartment, finally. And he's getting used to his job, her boyfriend. He wasn't so sure about the job, but I think he's starting to get a little more comfortable with the job. So they are starting to settle in a little bit. And she did have an issue this week. It seems like there's always something, but she called me and she was all upset because when was it? 2020, she was in a car wreck, and The person that was responsible for this wreck, he was young. I think he was like 23, 24, about her age. And he just barreled through a red light. And she said she didn't even see him. He came over a hill, barreled through this light, and before she even realized it, he was there, and she couldn't stop fast enough, and so she hit him. Well, on her car, she only had liability because her car was older and it was going to cost way too much money to have full coverage on her car. And we decided that we weren't going to do that, that if there was a problem, it would be cheaper to buy her another car than it would be for us to pay so much on the insurance. And she is a really good driver. She is a very safe driver. She doesn't speed, not that I'm aware of, but we have been going round and round with the other person's insurance. To pay for her medical bills, she had to go by ambulance to the hospital, and they said that she was just bruised really bad because the seat belt actually hit her shoulder really bad. And then also she's very small, and when the airbag went off, it hit her chest really hard. But there wasn't any damage. It was just bruised and sore. So long story short, we did get an attorney. The attorney was absolutely worthless. When the attorney realized that she wasn't that hurt, this was like a month after all of this, and we had the insurance bills going through, the attorney decided that they didn't want to represent her because there wasn't going to be enough money for them. And they came out and even said that. So anyway, we ended up running everything through our insurance for her medical. And before the attorney decided not to represent her, the attorney's office said, well, you need to go to a chiropractor and you need to have all of this done. And so she did, because that was the only thing that was going to really help her to feel better, was just to go to a chiropractor. And even our doctor said, there are certain chiropractors that you can go to for this and it might, help you. So she did, because normally we don't go to chiropractors, and we just don't. That's just how, we feel. Nothing's wrong with chiropractors. We have friends that are chiropractors, but we just don't go to chiropractors. So anyway, she decided to go to a chiropractor. She went for about a month, and then that's about the time, right when she was finishing with the chiropractor, that was about the time that the attorney said, well, it looks like your case is already solved. We're not going to go after them. And they didn't want to pay. They didn't want to pay for her car. They didn't want to pay for anything. They were saying, they turned around and they were saying that it wasn't their client's fault, that it was Madison's fault. So we had to go through a lot of rigmarole with that. Their insurance company ended up taking our insurance company, not us, but our insurance company, to court because they wanted us to pay for everything. And this guy that Madison hit, he ended up hitting somebody else after she hit him. So that was a big mess. And so they were both with the same insurance company. The same person was representing both of them at the insurance company. So they took our insurance company to court. Our insurance company, and they did arbitration. So our insurance company ended up winning 80, that they were responsible, the person that hit her was responsible 80% of this wreck. Well, the insurance company still didn't want to pay. And so the chiropractor told Madison, don't worry, I have a friend that's an attorney. If this doesn't get taken care of, we'll handle it. Well, that's what Madison heard anyway. And come to find out, the chiropractor wanted Madison to contact this attorney. And we didn't hear anything from the chiropractor. We thought all this was done. It was behind us. And then this week, lo and behold, she had gotten an invoice from the attorney for almost $2,000. And so Madison doesn't have that to pay. And she was all upset. And I told her she's going to have to go on a payment plan. Okay, I'm working over on this side now. I finished this bottom part here. And once again, I lost about 20 minutes of audio. I really do like my microphone for recording, but I'm not really sure what's up with it. I don't know. It's not holding the charge. It's supposed to hold a charge for at least 3 hours, and it's doing good to hold a 30-minute charge. So I am, more than likely, I bought it at Amazon. I am going to return this one. I have already gone through about 4 of them that I had purchased that just does not work. And I heard this one was a really good one, just based on reviews and then going and looking at some YouTube videos on this particular microphone that I bought, but it is just not doing it. And this is like the 3rd or 4th time that I have lost audio. And so it's just really frustrating. And I think that the microphone sounds really good, but it just cuts off. It's wireless. So I don't know what is up with that, but if anybody has a suggestion, please let me know, because I want it to sound better, especially, for all of you that are listening. I want it to be really good and crisp, but I am just so frustrated because I don't want to say something twice and you're not realizing, well, I've already said it because I didn't think that it recorded. And I don't want to record something and then something that I can't re-record, such as, a new unboxing or something like that, and then I can't do anything about it, and then there's no sound. So I don't want that to happen either. So I've got to continue looking, see if I can't find one, but it should not be that much of a challenge to find a microphone. I don't understand why that is so difficult to find. And especially with this one, with it not working, it's not holding the charge. And that's the problem. It just doesn't hold the charge. And so I don't know that it just shuts off, and it does. It doesn't give me any kind of warning or anything like that. So I don't have any idea what's going on until I go to check it. And something just told me to stop and check and make sure that the sound was working. And I checked and it wasn't. It just completely stopped after a short time. So I don't know how this is going to sound, but I decided I'm going to go charge it up again. I want to get this one done, this video done, so I can get it ready to upload for tomorrow morning. And once everybody gets home in the evenings, it becomes harder to be able to record because there's just things that has to be done. My husband has a TV on, and then the dogs want to be walked and played with. During the day, they like to be outside when it's really nice and pretty, which it is today. We're actually having decent weather for a change. It's actually 65 here, or it's supposed to get to 65. I'm not sure if it's quite there yet. Update on Madison. I'm going to take a quick drink of coffee. Got coffee and water here. My allergies are starting up already. It's a little early for allergy season, but I can just feel it. So that's why I have coffee and water at the ready, just in case. And this one's harder to do from where the angle that I'm on, it's kind of far away from me, which is not easy. The chiropractor has been so nice and kind about it. She said that she hated that she had to pay that much because it was close to $2,000. And so the chiropractor reduced it to less than $1,000. So I was really appreciative of that. So now we're going to have to go and pay that bill. That was a bill that was unexpected on my end because she doesn't have that. I'll have to pay it for her. So I hope that all of that's taken care of, and then she is going to have to pay it. I told her I'm going to pay it to the chiropractor, but she's going to have to pay me back. And usually whenever she says that she will, I never force the issue. But I've already told her, this time you're going to have to pay it back because it's not my bill, it's yours. And I told you to do this, this, and this, and you didn't at the time, and I'm not going to be stuck with this. So we'll see how that goes, but she is doing well. Just hoping that the spring would be there sooner rather than later. I think they still have quite a bit of winter left. And Saturday, my best friend and I went to a stamp show. And it's a stamps that you use to make cards and craft with. And there wasn't that many vendors there, but we can always find one that we like. That's what it always works out to be. And so we had a really good time, had lunch, and we went to this stamp show. So we got to spend the day together, and then that was pretty much all day on Saturday. She lives about an hour away from me, and then we had to drive an hour from her place to go to the stamp show. So that was nice, just to get out of the house and walk around and do some things with her. And then after lunch, I came home. But the service there where we went was really slow, and I didn't get home till later, and that was okay. And then we grilled out on Saturday. My husband is loving his new Brookstone grill. He's really using it a lot, which I'm glad. I figured he would. So he grilled out on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I had another Zoom call with Angie and with Kim, who I am co-hosting with on the Josephine Wall event. That's going to be in April. So that one's coming up pretty fast. I will put both of their channel links underneath my description. And then also we have a very active Facebook group right now for the J Wall event. So if you are looking to work on a Josephine Wall and you'd like to join that event, feel free to click on that YouTube link. And then if you don't, not YouTube, sorry, click on the Facebook link. And if you don't have Facebook, that is fine. You can still participate. You can just send me your photos. You'll need to send a start photo in April. And then also you'll need to send a weekly video, or weekly, not video, good grief. You'll need to send a weekly posting of your update on your Josephine Wall. And if you don't work on it every week, that's fine too. But just whenever you have an update, you'll send that one in. I'm going to do an official video sometime in February. We're not sure yet. I want to talk to Kim and Angie and see when they want to do their videos. And then we'll decide on that. But we already have over 50 in the Facebook group. I think we actually have 55. And so everyone's posting, what they're gonna be working on, or they're asking questions and, getting to know each other. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. We have some really good vendors that are sponsoring, small shops that are sponsoring our event. So that's really exciting. And as soon as I finish my diamond painting Deutschland that I'm working on now, I am going to unbox the one that I'm going to work on for the event and go ahead and get that kitted up. And I will show you my process on the kitting up, as well as you'll be able to see the unboxing. So I'm looking forward to that, because I haven't unboxed it, so I don't know, haven't even really looked at it myself. It has 200 colors and it is a square. And the one that I'm working on now, that is Josephine Wall, that one is a round. So I'm really curious to see how the rounds are with the Diamond Painting Deutschland. That's going to be quite interesting. But we had a really nice time on our Zoom call. We all diamond painted. We were on there for a couple hours and just, talked about different things. I think we're really getting to know each other better, and it has just been very enjoyable to get to know these ladies, and they don't even live close to me. So if you find somebody that you really like in the community and y'all, you're talking, maybe you want to reach out to them, because you don't have to be close to be able to diamond paint together. I mean, Angie lives in Canada and I'm in the US, and Kim lives in a different state than me that's not even close, it's on the other side. But we all are able to work. We diamond paint and we talk about different things, about different events that we want to participate in, and different kits that we want to purchase and what we've bought recently. So it's been just a lot of fun. So I really look forward to our Zoom calls. And I do want to, I think I'm going to, in the late spring, I just lost some of my putty. The late spring, early part of summer, I would like to set up a Zoom event for you guys, for subscribers. I think that would be a lot of fun too. Set up a time that would work for everybody. And then that way you can talk to, instead of just having like a live on YouTube where you can only, watch and you have to type in your comments, you wouldn't have to do that on Zoom. You would be able to have you'd be able to see your face if you wanted to. You wouldn't have to. We could see what you're working on. We can talk, actual talking, instead of just typing in messages. I think that would be a lot of fun. So I am thinking about that. I put a comment out last week to see if anybody would be interested, and I did get some feedback on that. So it sounds like we do have some interest in that. I think that would be fun. And you wouldn't have to pay anything. I mean, I have an old Zoom account that I could go ahead and activate again, and you wouldn't have to pay anything to join. I would be the one that would take care of the monthly Zoom fees, and I get a discount because I am an educator. I don't know why my putty keeps falling out. I haven't had any problems, and I think it's to the way that I am sitting. I'm kind of sitting sideways now because where I'm working on now is not where I was working on before. I did not want to move the canvas because I was afraid if I moved the canvas, I would move it out of frame, which absolutely would not surprise me if I did that. Let's see, diamond painting updates. I have 5 videos to come out this week. Normally I only have 4, but last week I missed Sundays. I did not get my Sunday video out, and I was going to do it Sunday night, but I didn't want to put it in that late. I already had the video. I had just been doing some changes to it, some revisions. I was doing some editing and taking some things out, wanted to add a couple things in, and never got the additions in that I wanted to put to replace some small reels that I didn't like. So anyway, the joy of editing. I like to edit. I just should have done it sooner. So I did not have one that went out on Sunday, so I'm going to have that one to go out on Wednesday. And normally I don't have Wednesday videos, so that will be an extra one. And also Friday, this coming Friday, will be my 1 year YouTube anniversary. And I am really excited about that. I normally don't post on Fridays, so I'm debating if I'm going to post something on Friday just because it is my YouTube anniversary. And I will post something underneath the community, but I wanted to personally thank each and every one of you for being here. Whether you have just subscribed, you're new, or whether you have been here for the year, I really appreciate all of you. I could not have done this for a year without everyone's support. It is so hard to believe that it has been almost a year since I did my first video. I didn't think that I would even get past a couple of months on videos. I thought this is going to be too much. I'm going to be too nervous doing this kind of thing. I'm not going to be good. I'm going to fail at this. And I kept thinking of every single thing I could think of to not push that record button. But I did it, and I am so thankful that I did. And I am seeing every week and really every day that my subscribers are increasing. And I'm not looking at, numbers just because I want to monetize or anything like that. I just look to see if my channel is growing. I'm really, curious about that, because if not, then I'd want to do something to find out, is my content not what somebody wants? But based on what I'm seeing, it's content that you guys are enjoying. So I am really excited about that. And I cannot wait to see what this year is going to do, how my channel is going to change, how it's going to grow, and just how the overall look, how things are going to be. I don't plan on changing anything, as of right now, but I want it to get better. I looked at my first video this past weekend and I absolutely cringed. And I really shouldn't do that, because that just shows that I have grown as a creator. And that's what I wanted to do. So that is one way to look at it, is that I can see that I was really bad the first several months. And it just goes to show that the more that I can do this, the more that I'm going to see improvement, or that's what I'm hoping anyway. That is my goal. But I just wanted to thank each and every one of you for your continued support. I hope that you do stay around for even longer, and I am just so excited and just so blessed to have all of you. I look forward to Mondays when I record my WiP Chats. My WiP Chats right now are my favorite videos, because I feel like that I can interact with you more. I can feel you guys, even though you watch this, after obviously that I record this, and after I have done my WiP Chat, but I feel like, you know, I have people out there that are watching this and that are, you know, they're vested in me. They want to watch while they do their work. And so that is really cool. So that's how I always feel on Mondays. I can't wait to get back to you guys and to be able to tell you how my week was going, how my kids are doing. And there was one week that I missed around Christmas, and I had a few people that contact me saying, well, how are the kids doing? We've been thinking about them. And so that makes me feel really special also, that you have an interest in my family. Even though, you know, you don't know my family, you have an interest, and that the comments are always so nice and positive and just makes me feel really good. So I just really wanted you guys to know how thankful that I am for you and how much I just love doing this content. And I hope that by my videos and just, you know, by just me talking on my WiP Chats, that you do see that I do love what I'm doing. Even though I haven't done very much on this particular canvas, I've gotten quite a bit done today. It seems like on this one, with this green, there's just so much green, and I love green, so it's not the color. I think it's just doing grass. I mean, how grass is just kind of boring. But now that I can see the rabbit coming to life, I think you will see that I am going to be further next week. So let me put these drills up. I'm going to show you what this looks like. I'm going to scoot it up a little bit so you can see. With all this other stuff out of the way so it's not hindering anything. And this one is an old kit. I don't even know if it's still on the website, but I will definitely look and see if it's on the website. Okay, so this is what this rendering looks like. I mean, it is really cute, and I'm really liking the colors now. But as you can see on the bottom, how it's just all green, and it was just kind of boring, I guess. That was all I can think of. Because once I got to her shoes, and then I got to the coattail of the rabbit, which is over here, once I got there, then I was really enjoying this. So I think that hopefully next week, I will have at least one more row done. There's going to be a lot going on this week between work and other things that I have to do. So I'm not sure, but I should get at least one row done by the weekend. And I will post my progress on Instagram. So if you're not on Instagram, you can follow me there to see more progress. And I'm also going to start posting more on Facebook. I do apologize, I have not posted as much as I would like to, but it has just been a little crazy. And then also we are getting, everything together on the other Facebook page for the event. So that's gotten me a little busy as well. Thanks so much for staying with me today as I was working on the remainder of the bottom part of this grass, and then also with the rabbit. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. I think that you would like it here. And then also if you would click on that like button and click on the bell so you can be notified of future uploads. And until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye.